Hey guys, so I am finally going to film the small YouTuber tag. I was tagged by English Prof Style, so I will be sure to link her channel down below. But I wanted to make this video especially in light of the changes that YouTube is making to its partner program. So if you're not aware, YouTube will demonetize any channels that have under 1,000 subscribers come February 20th. So I set myself a challenge of filming 30 videos in 30 days to get my numbers up there, but work got crazy and I wasn't able to keep up with that pace. So hopefully I'll get to about 15 videos in 30 days, which is still kind of a lot considering. Okay, so back to the tag. The first question is, what inspired you to start making videos? And the second question kind of relates to my answer for that, so I'm going to go ahead and read that one. It says, how long have you been on YouTube and have you had any other channels? So I created this YouTube channel on August 19th, 2011. I actually looked it up. Prior to that, I did have a YouTube account, which I don't think I ever uploaded a video on it. It was more just an account to have subscriptions and watch people and that sort of thing. And I think 2011 is pretty early in the whole YouTube scheme of things. I remember back then Julia Graf was one of the bigger YouTubers that I watched. She still makes videos. I think right now she has somewhere between 800 and 900,000 subscribers. So I still enjoy watching her videos. I remember my first camera purchase, I believe, was based on her recommendations and her reviews and that sort of thing. So back in 2011, it was about a year and a half after I graduated law school. And I remember first getting into the YouTube makeup and beauty community while I was in law school. So I guess spring into summer of 2010. So nail polish was actually kind of my gateway drug. I remember reading the blog All Lacquered Up. I don't think she really posts that much anymore, but I started kind of with the blogs and then got more into YouTube as well. And I think Temptalia was blogging at that point, Vampy Varnish, that kind of thing. So I'd started getting into it and I enjoyed watching it, but I guess it was kind of a year and a half later after that I'd moved to the DC area in the fall of 2010, started working, and I was living by myself. I didn't have that kind of, I guess, school community that I was used to. So I had friends in the DC area, but once you start working, it's so much harder to make plans, and you don't have that same flexibility that you did when you were in school. So I was single at the time, so I really didn't have a lot going on outside of work. I just needed that kind of creative outlet. I needed a hobby, basically. So I started filming and making YouTube videos, and I'm actually using the same camera. I purchased this in September 2011, according to my Amazon history. So I've basically been using the same camera in the 6 years I've been on YouTube. And I think it's done a pretty good job. It's an HD camcorder. It's not like a SLR. I do have an SLR camera, but I bought that primarily for a trip I took in 2012. I went to South Africa and I wanted a nice camera to take pictures with. So I've tried using that camera for filming, but because it's I think it's a Rebel T3 something or other, it doesn't have autofocus, and this camera that I'm using now is just a lot more user-friendly, and it's held up pretty well. I would like to purchase a new camera at some point, but I just haven't had the spare cash, or I guess the need to invest in that kind of equipment. So anyway, that was kind of a tangent, but I just thought it was interesting that I've basically been using the same camera. My equipment is pretty basic. I use iMovie on my MacBook Pro, and I have a pretty inexpensive ring light from Amazon, and then I have two, I don't know what you call them. They're basically just floor lamps that have 5 different heads to them. You see them in college dorm rooms a lot, but anyway, I have 2 of those, one on either side. I'm using a green screen that's basically just a like science fair trifold cardboard with 2 sheets of green poster board slapped on it. So again, kind of working on a budget here, but it's fun to experiment with that. Okay. Where do you see yourself and your YouTube channel in 5 years? So right now I live in a 750 or so square foot apartment with my husband and my cat, and I have my kind of whole setup here. Basically we have kind of one large room area, like open space, that contains the kitchen, the dining, and the living room, and I have my setup kind of in the corner here next to the window. So in 5 years, I would like to be in a house or just a bigger space generally, and to have a dedicated room for my filming setup and all that, my makeup room, I guess, and just kind of my own personal space. Once you get married, your bedroom isn't really yours anymore. You're sharing it with another person. So I would like to have my own dedicated space that I can do whatever I want with. And as far as my channel goes, I would like to, I guess, continue putting out content that I am happy with. My, what do they call them, reach goals, like when you're trying to fund something, you say like you have a reach goal. I would like to reach 100,000 subscribers one day just to get that YouTube plaque. But who knows with YouTube, they could make it so that you have to have like 500,000 subscribers to get that, or who knows. So I would like that, just to kind of hang on the wall and reach that milestone. But I think it would take a lot of dedicated hard work to get there, even in 5 years, so who knows. I would also, I guess, like to make enough money from my channel so it covers the costs of running the channel, basically. Money that I could put into purchasing a new camera, or even just buying extra makeup that I don't need but I want to review, that sort of thing. So that's kind of my goals, I guess, monetarily for this channel. And that's especially why I'm so, I guess, bummed by this change. I mean, I think eventually I would hit 1,000 subscribers. I would just rather do it sooner rather than later. What message are you trying to get across with your videos? I think primarily my focus and the message I try to get across is educational in nature. So whether it's a haul or a review of a product or even like an empties video, I just like to share how I feel about something, what I've learned, what I've discovered with all of you. So hopefully you find these videos helpful. I mean, some videos are just fun and they don't really have any sort of instructional component to them, but I like to think that I'm contributing something and I'm putting material out there that other people will benefit from. Okay, do people from school find your channel? So I'm not currently in school, so this doesn't apply to me directly, I guess. So I've told my family and some close friends that I make YouTube videos. Not all of them are really into the YouTube world, so it doesn't really mean anything to them. But I've made a point not to kind of advertise what I do on my kind of other social networks. So I try to keep my professional life and my YouTube life somewhat separate, and I don't advertise that I make YouTube videos to like work colleagues or former classmates, that sort of thing. So my YouTube channel is small enough that I can get away with that. You know, if I were ever to blow up, which I don't think will happen, but you know, then I would have to kind of reassess how those two kind of worlds intersect, but for now I just prefer to keep them separate. Okay, what does your username mean? So back when I was creating my channel, I wanted something that kind of represented me, obviously, and I, if you do not know, am really into theater and Broadway and that sort of thing. So there is a musical by Stephen Sondheim called A Little Night Music, and the title of the musical is based on a work by Mozart called Eine kleine Nachtmusik. And I wanted to, I guess, reference my love of musicals and Broadway in my channel name. A Little Night Music is not my favorite musical ever, but it just seemed kind of to lend itself to a makeup channel name. So I do often film at night, which also kind of ties into that. And I did study German in high school and college, and Amadeus, the movie, is one of my favorite movies as well. So it just all seemed to kind of make sense. Okay, so that's my channel name. Alright, favorite small YouTuber, and I have 5 people here that I want to give a shout out to. So these YouTubers all have under 1,000 subscribers with the exception of one which is just over 1,000. But the first person I wanted to highlight was Brown Eyed Jen. She currently has 317 subscribers, and I think I just found her not too long ago. She did a review on the new Ardell magnetic lashes, I think. I was curious about those, and she was one of the first videos that popped up, so I have been subscribed to her. The next one is Nicole. I think her actual channel name is Beyond the Pale and Freckled, something to that effect. But her first name is actually Nicole. And she is the one who has just over 1,000 subscribers, but she did make a video recently about the monetization changes, and she said that her watch time is not as high as YouTube requires, so if you just want to watch some of her videos and help her out as well. So I think I found her YouTube channel through her blog. As you might be able to tell from her channel name, she is very fair like I am, although I think she might be even fairer. And I think I was looking up a foundation review or something to that effect. Alright, the next channel is Makeup by Rachel Rose. She has 242 subscribers, and I don't recall how I found her channel, but she does a lot of hauls and things like that, so I kind of enjoy her personality. Okay, the next person is Alexandria S. She has 942 subscribers, so she's really close. And again, don't remember how I found her, but she does a lot of the types of videos that I do, hauls, reviews, empties, that sort of thing. And finally, Gloss Galore. She has 550 subscribers currently, and the thing I guess that kind of drew me to her, she does a lot of hauls, I think is a lot of what she uploads, but I guess what drew me to her name is also Beth, which is, you know, just kind of fun, I guess, and she's a UK based YouTuber. And if you're not aware, my husband is from the UK, so occasionally I go over to London and am able to shop in the chemists or the drugstores over there. So I don't know, I like following a lot of the British YouTubers as well. And then finally, I just wanted to give a shout out to 2 YouTubers that are not under 1,000 subscribers, but I think have highlighted this issue and have done what they can to kind of spread the love and help out small YouTubers. And that includes Georgia Harris. She has about 8,200 subscribers currently, and Jen Loves Reviews, who has over 100,000. So they are definitely worth checking out. Jen does something really interesting, which is kind of a daily news bulletin of makeup news, and she also does a longer video on the weekend dedicated to new releases and things going on in the YouTube community. So I think that's unique and definitely worth checking out. Okay, so I feel like I'm starting to lose my voice. Hopefully you all found this interesting and learned a little bit more about me. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please subscribe to the YouTubers I mentioned. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon.